Welcome to the second revision video for Visual Basic. My name's Andy Wicks, and in this video I'm going to take you through some of the techniques that we've looked at over the last half dozen videos. The first thing we looked at was how to display text to a user. That was quite easy. You have to create a file in RTF format. RTF files can be created in any word processing package, Word, OpenOffice, or anything else. The important thing is to save that file in the correct directory. It must be saved in the debug directory, which is inside the bin directory of your project. Once you've saved it there, you can add an RTF control to your form, and in this case I've called it RTB help, and you can then display the text that you've created in your file, help.rtf in this case. You can display that text in your RTF control. The user then sees exactly what you want them to see, and you can edit that file at any time. It's quick, it's easy, and doesn't require any programming other than one line of code. The second thing we looked at was how to create a simple quiz. For that, you had to have a group box, and that group box in this case contains option buttons. These option buttons must be created in the group box. If they're not in the group box, the whole thing won't work. When you create these, you decide which one is the right answer. In this case, the correct answer is yes, Visual Basic is easy. So we can then code that. We can say if option yes has been checked, add 1 to the score. But score is a little bit magic. Score needs to be seen not only in this form, but on form main where the score is going to be shown. If we declared score on this form, it couldn't be seen on form main. It wouldn't exist. There's something called scope. The scope of score would be wrong. So to overcome that problem, we had to create a module which we called Overview. And in Overview, we declared score as an integer and public. Public means that it can be seen on any form. That meant that the code here in the quiz form would add 1 to the score whenever the user clicks the correct answer, and that score can then be shown on form main. The final thing we looked at was how to standardize the look and feel of forms. What we did was we created a subroutine called Standardize in the Overview module. That subroutine needed to know which form was being standardized, so we'll call that form F. And as you know, Visual Basic needs to know what sort of thing it's talking about. It's talking about a form. So we set the form size to the same form size as form main. We set its location to the location of form main, and we set the back color to the back color of form main. All that was left then was to make sure that that standardize happened on each form. There you double click on the form itself, not on any of the controls but on the form, and you get the form load. That allows us to run the subroutine Standardize. Standardize needs to know which form it's talking about, and the current form is always called me. So Standardize me will send form help to the Standardize subroutine, and that subroutine will sort out where it is, how big it is, and what color the background is. Similarly, form quiz has Standardize me on it, so all the forms now will look the same size, shape, color, and be in the same place on the screen. Well, I hope you found this helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next section of videos on how to run Visual Basic.